showtime. Okay. Good. All right. Welcome back to Odys Talks, everyone. Naturally, this show is brought to you by Odys Global, your one-stop marketplace for age domains and websites, including several additional services such as fully managed hosting, 301 redirects, topic clusters, and EAT audit. You can also get domains and websites from us in installments. So if this is something you're looking for, just reach out to our team via the website and they'll sort you out. We've also got a very solid roster of mentors that's going to be joined by another great pro very soon. I will get to that. And you can find pretty much specialists and experts in pretty much anything you need when you're building a business online or even offline, whatever it is, from solving your SEO constraints to scaling up teams. Just go to odys.global/mentors and check it out. I'm your host, Vlad the Lad, and today I'm joined by Helene Jelenc. By the way, I forgot to.
No, totally cool. Yeah, Helene Jelenc.
Okay, Jabez Reuben and Steven Khanna. I'll let you guys introduce yourselves in a second. Welcome to the show. Thank you for finding the time and willing to spend this hour together, talk shit, have fun, and just enjoy yourselves. All right, Helene, since you're the only lady in this discussion panel, why don't you go first and introduce yourself to everyone out there?
Thank you. Hi, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Helene. I'm an American based in Slovenia. I work with Flow Agency, where we do all the fun SEO stuff for startup tech, startup software brands, B2B space, and all that good stuff. You definitely find me doing a lot of research. I'm always taking a lot of data from Google and from keywords and Ahrefs and whatever it may be, blending it all together and throwing out fun insights. Just excited to chat with you guys today.
Amazing. Jabez.
Hi, I'm Jabez. I am based out of Chiang Mai, and I run a SaaS called linkvalidator.io. It's in the backlink niche. I run a link agency called The Blueprints, and I also run a small portfolio of info and lead gen sites.
Amazing. Cheers. And the man, the legend, the human wildcard, Steven Khanna, the dodgy link builder.
I still have no idea why you called me a human wildcard. We had a chuckle about it.
You are. Just because you are.
Oh, yeah. Another title being given to me, but no, happy to be here, mate. People who haven't met me, even though I probably visit every conference on the planet. So I look after the English markets at WordPress, which is predominantly a marketplace. Don't like to call ourselves a marketplace, but it is what it is. When it comes to link building, guest posts, niche edits, SEO optimized content, we've started now doing a lot of digital PR as well, and something quite newish, so to speak, which is power posts, where we kind of start ranking your guest posts rather than just working on domain level. Happy to talk about it a little bit later on during the show as and when it pans out. Yeah, living in Poland now, believe it or not. Left the UK lots of years ago. I live in Poland, enjoy the sunshine, the gin and tonic's cheap, proper 4 seasons there, mate. So happy days.
Amazing. And how's your Polish?
I get by, especially when I'm out partying on a Friday or a Saturday or in a conference, mate. Yeah, 6, 7 gin and tonics. I'm almost native.
Yeah, I know that. That's true. All right.
You've seen it firsthand.
Yeah, I have. All right, let's kick things off.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live.
As you might have noticed, I've named this episode Content Plus Links and just decided to not go anywhere further because, these two words speak for themselves, right? So we have Helene here, who's kind of just going in deep with content, and we've got two link builders here. So I'm really curious at your perspective on how things are unfolding today in the light of all the things happening with Google updates, with like exponential growth and development of AI that's used for content in particular, right? And it's kind of like becoming a huge roadblock for content writers and such. So, in terms of changes that have happened over the past, let's say, at least a year, how things have changed for you in the things that you do. Whoever wants to go first.
Ladies first, Helen.
All right, I can dive in. Yeah. I think actually, yeah, you're right. Things have changed. And maybe I was very quick early on to say, oh, nothing has changed. SEO is still SEO. And everyone asked me this question. But I think being more specific and being very, having a purpose when you're going to publish a piece of content, instead of just, throwing up 100 blog posts that are maybe top of funnel terms that are great, but now, you're not going to see traffic from those because AI overview or featured snippets that already was taking away that traffic. You have to get a bit more creative. You have to diversify the content formats, where you're posting it. And I definitely see, along with all of these changes, the economic issues that are going on, that the companies have less resources. So we definitely have been very, very intentional about the content that we publish, the strategies that we're doing, because it's not really a lot of opportunities to go back and fix it, because companies are in a very tough position right now. And so that makes our jobs even harder.
Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah, I can see that. What about you guys in link building space?
Mate, everything what Helen said, I think that topical relevance, link velocity, all of that, that's probably been pretty much the same since people have started doing link building. It's just that it's become a lot more important now to consider all of that, and then pushing an X amount of budget trying to do all of that since all these updates, because there are factual proofs. The March update, legit proper sites were wiped out, which I call it as collateral damage. So of course people are very fearful. Why? What style of content? What's going to be the link velocity, niche relevance to when they're doing link building? And I can speak of it first, and I'm sure Jabez had the same experience as well, where A, the budgets have been squeezed. B, our clients are taking a lot more time qualifying websites they want to link to. Not to mention, the people who were happy accepting content have suddenly shut shop. They've closed doors. Not going to accept any content, no matter how great you are, no matter you say you're the Jesus Christ of SEO or link building or content writing. It's like, mate, middle fingers every third email we get. So, of course, it's become a lot harder. Yet, links still matter. Quality content plus links, mate, those are the most trusted signals Google would still look at. So we're in that unknown space at this time, where because of the damage it has caused and destruction it's caused to a lot of websites, there needs to be a silver lining. There needs to be 2 or 3 amazing success stories coming out in order to reinstill the faith back onto the spending where it was pre-updates, where people can go in and say, do you know what? It actually still works. And I think all these SEO experts out there, and I can name a lot of them. A lot of them are my mates, your Julian Goldies, your Charles Floats, your Kyle Roofs, your Matt Diggities. I'm sure they're working behind closed doors, doing a lot of that case studying currently. And once that starts going public, and then that's been made live either on their YouTube channels, on certain conferences, that's when the penny's going to drop, unless Google comes up and screws us over again with another update. So, which could happen, mate. I don't know. What I've noticed recently is people have started asking that question in a more relevant manner when I'm going on discovery calls, where, right, domain level link building, yeah, fantastic, but what more? what more can you do in terms of driving lead generation, more traffic on that guest post? Hence what I said at the top of the call about power posts, what we like to call it as guest posts with steroids, so to speak, which actually moves the needle, and the ROI is a lot quicker rather than waiting for 6 months, or the standard answer, I don't fucking know because I don't own Google kind of thing. These are uncertain times for sure. And yes, there is that vacuum at this stage. But then, yeah, I'd love to know Jabez's opinion as well. What's he experiencing?
Yeah, adding to what Steven already mentioned, link acquisition, especially after the March update, has become quite a big challenge. And actually, to tackle that, we've gone full on this month, especially because it's getting more and more challenging to acquire new sites and new link prospects. So we are doubling down on that, so that because every link agency is struggling to acquire new link prospects. So we're like, okay, this is a time, if you want to get ahead of the race, we should acquire more and more sites to be able to fulfill orders fast. The other thing is, after the Google algo leak, a lot of clients maybe just read, oh, you need links from authority sites. So they started coming back with queries like, we only want DR 60, 70, 80 plus backlinks, which is great, a great request. But none of those, even if we get you links from those sites, it's very hard to land links to your inner pages, to your money pages. Those sites, usually quality sites, those quality sites won't easily link to your review page or service page. So you cannot neglect getting links from smaller DR or smaller sites that are open to linking out to your service pages and all. So we have kind of educate these clients again that it's great you want links from higher DR sites, but you just cannot neglect that the smaller sites, they still have power. Those sites still give you the link juice, but you have to keep in mind that the bigger ones won't link to you, and focus on diversification of your backlink profile. If you are creating a pattern of just building high authority links through guest posts only, you are creating a pattern and putting your site in danger. So that's kind of an education line that we have to go through with all our clients. And I did get at least 3 or 4 queries from other friends in the link building sector that April, May sales been quite shaky. So I think that's the general pattern that we've seen, hoping it will recover before the next Google update.
Yeah. One thing, Jabez, I did want to kind of ask you, I'm not sure if you've got a testing team at one of your agencies. We've got a large testing team here at Whitepress. And we've still realized, even after all the updates, we acquire a lot of sites, as in we buy them and then we build them up to a certain level. And we monetize some of them. Some of them we've simply kept them for testing purposes. And we've realized that still any website between DR 15 to 29, strangely, as long as there's niche relevance to it, strangely enough, Google still favors that. The needle still moves. And that's one case study where when I go on discovery calls or the other sales managers, we are presenting that. Of course, have that diversification in your backlink profile. As you know, I'm sure almost everyone comes, I want to fucking do follow on Forbes or on BBC. I was like, yeah, be my guest. Why don't I build you a house on fucking planet Mars as well with that? So yes, there's education, but I think what convinces them is when I go back with actual case studies and then I say, don't believe a word I'm saying or the presentation I've sent to you, I'll do a couple of very little campaigns, which involves minimal investment from my end. I show them how the needle moves. It starts ranking for a couple of things with the understanding that if I prove A, you bring over your budget to me, that right. Kind of thing, because it's got to a point where, because of Google, SEOs obviously have suffered tremendously So no matter what we've done with previous clients, it does not matter anymore. It's more like show me rather than tell me. And show
Right.
me involves, unfortunately, some investments from agency owners like ourselves to actually invest a bit of money from our end, hopefully to then, recover that cost when you start doing campaigns with them. So
For sure.
yeah.
The thing we add when we are doing the sales call with these clients is that, hey, when you are purchasing these higher DR links, we are actually making bigger margins. So it's actually beneficial for us. But for your benefit, we are saying that don't neglect the smaller sites. They will push the needle, they will give you the rankings, and they will give you good benefits. So even if we actually will be making smaller margins on those smaller sites, but we are telling you that's good for you. And especially we stress on smaller DR links for sites that are just starting out with their link building, fresher sites. Because common mistake that new SEOs or people who have just started doing SEO, they go all out with higher DR backlinks. I want to pump my DR. I mean, I kind of lose my patience when they say, instead of saying I want to increase my traffic, hey, I have this budget, can you increase my DR? I said, yeah, sure. It's easy game for me, but are you in for the long run? So we encourage clients that, especially your initial 3 or 4 months, do a mix, stay within DR 20, 30 range, because the more you build backlinks later on, when your own site has crossed DR 50 or 60 plus, then it will be really hard to move the needle. And that's when you really need only high authority sites at that time. If you're still focused on increasing your DR, if you still care about that, if you are happy with just getting good traffic, I mean, those kind of clients are rare, and they'll be happy with getting smaller DR sites as well. But you'll always have clients who will still be focused of, now my DR is not increasing. So that's what we say. Okay, build your smaller sites first, and then gradually get higher DR sites.
I feel a bit sorry for Helen. She's a fantastic content writer, and she's sitting there listening to two dodgy link builders trying to buy and sell links.
No, it actually it resonates so much with me. Like, coming from a content background, I mean, content doesn't exist without the links. So before I worked in an agency, I actually learned SEO on a travel blog, and that definitely has a low 20 DR. And because of satisfying EEAT, I outranked, National Geographic, I outranked Wikipedia, I outranked so many people for topics that I wrote about, that I feel like for years I have been shouting to content people that it doesn't matter what the DR is. If the content is quality, it's going to rank because it's quality content. The links certainly are going to boost it, but it's definitely a similar pattern I see across. There are those small sites that are low DR 20, 30, but they're so niche and they're so high quality content. Why wouldn't you want to be linked by one of them, especially if they're getting traffic? Why get a DR 70 if it gets zero organic traffic? What is the point of that?
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, that's what I kept thinking while you guys were talking about DRs and stuff like that. In your opinion, guys, what does DR matter for when it's about building a business? Is it just for show, or just for some, I don't know, some ego issues for someone, for SEOs? Because just like Helene said, if it's a good solid website with quality content and everything else, why wouldn't you want to link it? So why does it matter in these terms?
My domain rating, yes, you got to follow Google guidelines up to a certain point.
That's true.
Yes, there are certain basic criteria. Domain rating is important, can be easily manipulated. We all know that, sitting on this call right now.
Yeah, I mean, just from the business perspective in particular. That's what I'm asking. I didn't specify that.
I mean, a lot of factors come into it when your landing page, your business website DRs, your DAs. The reason you're trying to do that, A, you never get penalized by Google. You improve authority. You improve the trust signals. End of the day, mate, SEO is all, no matter what SEO say out there, if you're not making money for your clients after a certain investment, I'm sorry, you shouldn't be in the business. You can't be just keep talking about it depends, give it another 6 months, give it another 8 months. If SEOs can't come up with newer out-of-box strategies to actually start getting money back for the clients, and I mean leads, which converts into revenue, then I am one of those ones who thinks then, yeah, SEO should be dead. Because SEO should not just be about, improving your DRs, your DAs, and getting a bit of traffic on your website. We all know how we can fake traffic and improve your authorities and ratings. What really matters is, okay, how is it converting? That's why I've got huge respect for people like James Dooley and Carl Hudson. They're trendsetters. They don't even call themselves SEOs. They're businessmen first, SEOs later. No wonder both of these bastards are 150 million pounds each, is because they leveraged SEO, found a gap in the market through their rank and vent model, with the power posts and all of that. And here we go. They've helped so many businesses with, services like Airbnb cleaning or building school playgrounds by having 2 vans out on the road to 25 vans out on the road within 18 months. Is that black hat, white hat? I don't give a fuck, really. I'm sure the client doesn't give a fuck. They're investing the money. They're getting 5 times the ROI, the 10 times ROI on it. Let's not forget, Google is not the law out there. It's not the Holy Bible. It's a massive enterprise and entity existing to feed on us and earn money out of it. They're answerable to their shareholders, mate. I don't know how true is that, but based on the networking, even these truth speakers, the PR guys out of Google, they're also fed information from the senior engineer team. They got fucking no idea what's happening when it comes to algo updates and all of that. They're literally fed information, and what happens behind closed doors, where people then go out and talk about you should do this or you should do that. Mate, it's spreading confusion. That's what happens. But when there's chaos, there's opportunity. If you look at historical data, no matter what business, no matter what sector you're working in, the people who get the richest when there are wars broken out or when there is a chaos are the ones who fucking are opportunistic. The ones, it's a bit like a political chessboard. Never say yes and never say no, but say enough to cause confusion in the industry and then sit back and reap the benefits. Because that's what people do, innit? When there's confusion, when there's doubt, they're like, let's not just invest in SEO. Let's just keep pumping more money into Google Ads. That's what they do.
Yep. What do you guys think?
I mean, to your question of coming back to your question of how DR plays in our business. I mean, before DR there was DA, and then they transitioned to DR. I wish they can sometime, there'll be some other metric that they can, clients can move on to, maybe traffic or relevancy.
DT.
It's just,
domain.
yeah, it's just, it's just what, the clients want, and we have to comply with that. But for certain clients who, these are usually SEOs who are advanced with their, in the field and have good knowledge, they usually don't care about DR. They don't care about even how much traffic or how less traffic. They see the whole picture. They see the relevance as well. Sometimes some DR 15 or 20 links will be quite expensive as well, because quality content, and it's a really good vote if you're getting links from really quality sites and with good content. So they are happy to pay for that. But yeah, I wish people will be over DA and DR ratings very soon.
Nice. I just saw the change on his name. I'll let Helene talk as well. I'm talking, don't worry. I'm enjoying it. No, I agree so much with what you guys are saying. I don't care about the PR. I really don't. I mean, I care about, relevance, the quality of the content. And I don't even, I don't even check keyword rankings every day. I think that's crazy. Like, that doesn't give the client anything. That's not a valuable way to spend my time. So yeah, talking and thinking about everything that we do and how do we attach value to that. I can run around in circles and do SEO reports all day, but it's not going to give anyone anything. So yeah, I think a lot of these things that you guys are sharing, totally agree with this. And I'm excited. I'm excited to see the changes. I love a new challenge. I've been having a lot of fun, like pushing, higher quality content, finding new ways to create content that's original, doing more outreach to get quotes inside the content, encouraging clients to do their own research to include fresh data in the content. My background is in anthropology and in the research space. So this is like my dream come true. It's like, okay, yeah, now let's get serious about the content that we're creating and cite our sources. I always call backlinks like citing your sources or citations. So when I talk about it this way, I think it's a bit more applicable to the everyday person.
That's so very true. Has your business model changed drastically in the light of these changes, like the ESG and stuff like that, the flooding of AI content? Has it changed the way you approach things?
Yeah.
Like how?
Well, now, I mean, every week you're getting asked, why is my client not coming up when I ask ChatGPT for this or that? Or why am I not in AI overview? So thinking about building your brand into an entity, using structured data, communicating with these LLMs so that they understand, because they cannot really read the content that you have on your site. They're just using algorithms. So yeah, like just thinking about that consistency and that relevancy. So making sure that your brand name and your category, in a case of software, since that's where I'm working, that it matches across, all the different platforms. And so being very mindful that how the client is communicating themselves everywhere and how others are speaking of them. Because a lot of my research has shown that in the AI overview, a lot of the information is pulled from other listicles, review sites, how others are speaking about you. So it's definitely shifted the content and the perspective that people are having with content and what that looks like, and being more interested in middle or bottom of funnel SEO opportunities, as opposed to 2 years ago where it was very much top of funnel, do not touch my product pages. And now it's like, okay, how do I make money from SEO?
So are you saying you're getting a lot of client queries where client wants to be to see their results coming up more in ChatGPT?
Yep.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that's very interesting. Have you shifted towards like more prompting and prompt engineering and editing rather than just writing from scratch? Because I know it's like several cases of like business owners who are providing content services as well, and they've shifted towards this end of the spectrum, let's say.
Yeah, it's definitely very helpful. I mean, with ChatGPT, you can make your own GPTs. And if you have I think it's like the pro or the premium plan, you then keep your data secure, so it's not shared with their models. In that case, then I create one for each client, and then feed it information about their ideal customers, feed it information, maybe some of its top ranking posts, to learn the voice of the client, how they write, content that people love, and just kind of feed it documents. Also, Google's guidelines for quality content. I have that PDF every time it's updated, reattach it. So I'm feeding it a lot of this stuff. And then I use this to create content briefs. I'm not creating content, but I do content briefs. And that has made the process a lot easier, because then with that ChatGPT, it's slowly like it's learning about that client, learning about the content. And it starts to really niche into that and understand what you're trying to do. It just helps you work faster.
Yeah, it optimizes the process, it speeds everything up. Yeah, wow, nice. Very interesting. You basically like provide the algorithm with all the necessary information about a client, and just yeah, that's really cool. I've never heard of this approach. That's really nice.
You
So I
need
guess that's going to be
you
someone's
need
golden
to
nugget.
you need to stop drinking then, Vlad, every day. So hopefully you'll catch up on the
Even
sense, buddy.
water?
Not sure if that's water or tequila, mate.
That would be too much of tequila.
About the content thing, it's interesting what Helen was saying, because we obviously, apart from doing the link building and all of that, we also do lots of SEO optimized content writing. It's weird and it's very contradictory when we're having these calls with clients about content briefs and all of that. At one end, they need to be extremely white hat, style of websites, yada yada, blah blah blah. But then when we write the content, or there's not enough information about us. It's like, hang on a second, mate. Neutral, organic, user-friendly, user-search-friendly content. If you want that, not to mention the niche relevance to that specific site you're wanting to link to. Sorry, mate, you pretty much say goodbye to what you want written on the content. And I'm sure Jabez probably feels the same, where there's a constant battle. And the amount of time which is wasted on content creation, editing, write it again. Oh, now we've hired someone from within. We'll start doing it. Happy days. It's an absolute fuck all show. 3 weeks down the line, which is even worse, and then they come back again. Not to mention the AI which has come in, where but it shows in ChatGPT here or somewhere there that it's 24.367% AI written. And I keep telling them, I said, guys, have you actually picked up the Bible, the digital version, stick it into one of those AI detection tools? It fucking shows completely AI written. I said, you forgetting, just like Google, these AI tools are there to show that it is AI created as a percentage. Because if it starts showing every content, even though it's human written, if it starts showing human written, what's going to happen, mate? Subscription rates would fall. They'll go out of business. So those bastards sitting out there are also there to make money. As I said, there was chaos. Some people found the opportunity. Boom. So everyone's there, mate. Everyone's here in the industry to mostly screw people over, earn a lot of money, whether it's short-term, long-term, and then move on from there. So that's another thing. Bad practices or trends which just suddenly come out of nowhere also happen a lot from these conferences. Sure, Jabez might have, Helen, I don't know if you go to a lot of conferences, but people come up and they start talking about, oh, this is the way content should be written. This is how keyword research should happen, and yada, yada, yada. And when I push it back to them, when was the last time you actually tested it? 2 years ago. And I get really annoyed. I was like, mate, you should be going around talking about this in conferences, because if 4 people agree and listen to you who are newbies in the SEO industry, they'll start implementing it onto their clients' websites. So the amount of crap and spam which is spewed out by people who know about SEO is just unbelievable. The best is, mate, if you don't know the answer, just fucking shut up or go and learn, and then come back with relevancy with certain case studies. Seeing is believing. That's I've always said that to no matter how I speak or who I speak to. But the reason I said was because content creation has become also an absolute mountain to climb. Jabez, I don't know how your clients have been reacting, mate.
We don't do content. I mean, guest post content is fine, but if they are too picky, we just tell them, hey, you handle the content and provide. It's just not worth taking the headache. But yeah, an interesting thing, like for both, a question for both Helen and Steve, because you guys also work on the content side apart from just guest posts. How do your clients react, one, when they get traffic for the content versus when they get backlinks for the content? In which scenario are they happier?
Helen, go for it.
It depends. Oh my God, I can't believe I said that, but it does. I didn't even mean to, it wasn't intentional. For example, like recently I did a piece with a client and it hit really, really high organic traffic. They were super excited. Some of the backlinks, I think they only really care if they know the site. So like if they see a HubSpot or a G2 or something like this, then they're excited. But otherwise they're just like, okay, yeah, that's a backlink. Thanks. I don't know if it's different on your end. But being that we have both, like we're doing content and links. So that's sort of, I see people more focused on traffic than anything.
Correct. Post March, that's the difference we've seen as well, where they don't now care too much about what kind of backlink we've got for them. It's all about the traffic, because it's got to a point where I think they need to start showing to their leadership why should they should be investing X amount of money in content or links. Yeah, it's got to that stage.
This got me wondering, like, let's extrapolate a little bit, right? What do you think? Is there anything at all in terms of making money online, let's say via content and link building? Is there anything at all that might even potentially substitute these two sometime in the future, in the long run? Like, I mean, written content and backlinks, link building. What could it be, if anything at all?
Nothing. I mean, when I say content, I definitely don't mean just written, because like nowadays
everything is content.
Everything is content, and
For sure.
search is everywhere. Search is on every single platform. You want to get found on every platform if you're there. So yeah, I think without this, no, I mean, they don't exist.
They'll just collapse.
Video content, if you're only talking about backlinks and written content, then videos are huge now. I mean, I think I'm here in this podcast because I recently started putting out more videos. So
are you building backlinks to like YouTube videos?
No. I'm just answering to Vlad's question about ways to build online.
I didn't know. Sorry, I was like, oh, if that's a tactic,
No.
that's interesting.
But have you guys realized when it comes to newer link building tactics, the amount of SaaS tools coming out now, lots of reverse engineering, there are plenty. I know 3 or 4 being built. Can't take names, unfortunately, but you'll see them coming out, which are like, mind blowing. That's another trend which is beginning to happen, because people are trying to pivot, not just being relevant or dependent on content and links. Okay, what more can we do? Or within the sector of link building, guest posts and niche edits, of course, will gradually, in my opinion, lose its relevance. People have started to pivot already. Any agency you pick up now, they're all doing digital PR now. You could think of 3 or 4 top players out there. Now they're 300. Even Whitepress goes around proudly says we do digital PR. Apparently we do. Yeah, sorry.
Makes a link agency sound fancy as well, right? If you start with, hey, I'm a guest post agency, instead of that, say, I'm a digital PR agency. Sound a bit more.
I know the amount of hate I got in my first month and a half when I started my journey at Whitepress. You know it, Jabez. Vlad, of course, knows. It's still, I'm still a baby within the world of SEO. Just 2.5 years. I've been in the sector from transitioning from restaurants and wines, coming up to doing SEO. I can't really call myself. I'm bottom of the barrel. The amount of hate I got by using, expressions like sponsored content or guest posts or link insertion. I don't know. I was on another interview in the morning at 11. Yes, I was speaking to Nick Briggs and Chris Pantetti. They've got their podcast channel as well.
Yeah.
It was all about sales and all of that. Yes, so I was there, and we had a loud chuckle in the team yesterday and then early morning today, where one of our outreach assistants, Carolina, lovely girl, she reached out to a certain website, wanting a backlink. Oh my God, mate, the one liner coming back from this guy was, you guys are the scum of the internet. you're nothing more than a link whore.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's harsh. That's so harsh.
Oh my god. Yeah. I mean, yes, explicitly he did say on his website, on his contact page, no guest posting allowed. We won't answer you. But apparently one of our emails tipped him over the edge. So everyone else who might have abused him in the last 6 months came out on poor Carolina, and she's sitting there looking at me, Steve, I'm a linko now. And I said, aren't we all we all linkos, isn't it, mate? So wear that with pride.
Yeah. Wow. By the way, what about link farms? Are they still around? Are they? I mean, is it a good idea to get links from them or not? And if not, why not? Or if yes, why? Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just
My experience, mate, link farms are still there. I think they'll always be there. They clearly, we don't talk about that. We don't offer them in my markets. But then I'm sure Jabez might have experienced that. If you've got non-English clients, WordPress has got plenty. Where the non-English markets, they're still fucking really happy. They're thriving on those link farms. You know, you talk Romania, Hungary, Poland, all they talk about are fucking link farms and PBNs and all of that. And Google just seems to walk right past them without any fucking penalties and whatever. Sometimes even I'm fucking wanting to contact John Mueller and I said, mate, what about this website and that website and this website? Have you looked at their bloody backlink profile? So they still work, but in a certain part of the world. And I think this potentially could be the next big thing we might see from Google within the next couple of years, where non-English websites are more targeted. I don't know, Jabez, what's your opinion, mate?
I'm that's my opinion as well. I think sooner or later Google will catch up with at least the European market first before they come to Asia. I think the European foreign language market will sooner or later Google will catch up and start catching up all those. I mean, so many of those sites are just blazing on PBNs as well. PBNs, link farms, so easy to rank. A lot of when we get, because we don't work extensively in the foreign market, but when we get those queries, we say that, hey, we can get you links from English sites to foreign sites, and yeah, that's okay. If you can get us these anchors, great. And they work like really well. English links going to foreign sites, they pass on all the juice and they rank so easily.
Correct. All these high DADR sites. So we've got within our inventory, and it's usually the businesses outside of the US and UK where they come to us, from Turkish businesses, you know, with the hair transplantation and all of that. Yeah, I want a link from BBC. Yeah, I want a link from Forbes. So I obviously go and ask them, okay, listen, we got some contacts. It might cost you an arm and a leg. Clearly then falls down very quickly, because all they want to spend is 500 quid. Link from fucking Forbes. Having said that, the reality of the market. So we've got Forbes from Romania. Forbes RO something it's called. Fucking 320 euros, mate. Can you believe that? Forbes Romania. And to get an answer back from the authentic English Forbes will probably take 27,000 touch points just if I can get a hello back from them to start with. We had one of their packages a long time ago. It was called Brand Voicing Program or something. £48,000 or something. Yeah, it was just the shining. So you know what? Let's just list it. Fuck it. So what? Let's just list it. Let's see if people have a chuckle about it. So yeah, PBNs and all of that, they still move the needle. You know, WordPress predominantly is a Polish company. That's where the head office is. Mate, it's yes, they do care a little bit about the traffic, the SEO matrix, maybe a little bit about niche relevance, but it all comes down to, okay, who's offering me a cheaper link? I said, I wish I was in a market like that, where everyone wants to build links in this way, and it's only a pricing war. Happy days, mate. I'll be fucking sitting here, a millionaire, you know, going on holidays in Jamaica and Barbados every day. I'm not having to fight with publishers where clients, you know, international clients come up to us. but we're paying money. Why can't they just give us a link? I said, my God, just because you're throwing money does not mean you're going to fucking get a link, because that website drives them an X amount of revenue. That's their digital asset. Unless you're ready to pay, I don't know, £500,000 times 4, if the website gets burned because of your one spammy, shady link, then I can get a deal done. But it just made expectations. That's another educational bit I struggle with when all of our non-English clients at WordPress come in with absolutely ridiculous expectations. You know, they seem to know a little bit about SEO, but once they go into the deeper end, they're absolutely gobsmacked. And what happens is they actually get scared, they run back, start investing more in Google Ads, and it's like a dog trying to catch its tail. So, yeah.
Talking about link farms, I've met 3-4 people, also friends, who run link farms as a business, and they are so happy with this business model. They say it's just the easiest side hustle that they can run. One person I know actually got investors to invest into the link farm business, and I at last year's, not this year's, Saigon conference, the first Saigon conference, I met his investors who invested into the link farm business, and they were like, that's the best investment we've made. The amount of returns we've made in just 2 years is just insane. So yeah, that's link farms are still a good business model.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, would you recommend getting links from link farms or not? For like, I don't know, beginner SEOs or business owners, whoever.
Depends who's asking, mate. Depends how much money's on the table. Joking.
So, or
No,
you're
of
not.
course not, mate. Of course not. Of course. You know, those days are long gone. It can't be that. You know,
Yeah.
as I said, my market, 100%. You know, we've got a 27 point criteria when we onboarding sites in my markets. You've got to be so careful with the sites which go on our inventory, which is then made public to our clients as well. Not a chance, mate. That's why I've got
Right.
pretty much the largest team at WordPress now, and the biggest outreaches in terms of the strength in numbers. With the amount of work these guys have to put in is just unbelievable.
For sure. I mean, I think Steve will agree to that also, that it now takes longer time just to do the quality checks of these news sites.
Yeah.
Because we can, if we can be offering link farms to our clients, but then we are sitting on a ticking time bomb. You know, anytime we want to onboard clients for the longer run, we can spike up their DR in a month, and they might be happy, and then pump more money for another month or two. But then their site can collapse, and we might lose business and reputation at the same time. So if we are for the long run with our clients, we have to be really careful and make sure we stay away from these kind of sites.
Yeah. I'm gonna make a hard pivot right now because I just wanted to pick your brains on something a little different. Like, you guys have been in the game for quite a while, not necessarily in SEO like Steven, right? Who came in from the restaurant and wine business. But either way, I mean, with all the experiences, with all the downfalls, let's say, and new successes, you got quite some stuff to teach other people, right? So do you have like mentees of sorts, like that you just are really eager to share your knowledge and experience with, so that they would not make the mistakes you've been doing in the past? Let's put it that way.
Well, Helen can go first.
All right, I'll go. Actually, I'm in the Women in Tech SEO community, which I find fantastic. Shout out if you're in the industry and you're not in there, join the group. I first had a mentor in that group, and then I also mentored someone. Basically, yeah, if there's anyone out there, there's friends that I know who got them into SEO, or even the colleagues at work who are learning a bit more. I'm always willing to chat and share things about SEO. I think it's important to talk about it and to be very honest. And as Steven was saying, like, I speak a lot from my experiences. If I don't know, I'm not going to say anything. But if I've seen something in action, I really like to share that with others so that maybe they'll also share with me. And then together we can put together a better picture of what's going on. But I definitely think it's really important. And if you are in SEO, like thinking about starting your career, really find a mentor, because there's just so much going on and the field is so dynamic and so quick to change, as we're saying, that I think to get your feet on the ground solidly, that's definitely the best next step.
Jabez, what about you?
I mean, first of all, I've been blessed being in the Chiang Mai SEO community. I mean, we're surrounded by some really amazing
By the Titans.
entrepreneurs. Yes, and none of them withhold anything. You know, they always share, all of them, irrespective whether you're new or a senior. Nobody looks at that label. Everybody is willing to share. So if we usually meet on Thursdays, and if you go up to any of the senior SEOs, ask a questions, they always share. And I think I try to just carry forward the same ideology as well, and also not see others as a mentee or hey, I need to share this or teach this. Always see from the point of view, okay, I need to carry on the conversation. If someone is asking something, I don't see it from the point of view, hey, I need to go and teach this guy now. I just need to have a decent conversation with this guy, share my thoughts, and let's see, maybe he can add some more extra points to my thoughts as well. So that's how I take. Yeah.
Interesting. Steve?
Yeah, network equals your net worth, mate. That is so important. First 2 years, it was all about networking, learning from all the names I mentioned, who thankfully enough are my friends. And now I've got to a point where I do a bit of mentoring, where small agencies, when they reach out and they want to set in new outreach strategies, cold calling scripts, okay, how to slip into DMs more effectively. Out and out, I'm a sales guy. SEO is just in the way. It's just another product or service for me. Would I be doing SEO 3 years down the line? Probably no, because I also get bored quite quickly. However, I'm thankful enough that I'm part of lots of smaller, higher value groups. Some of the biggest names. We talk a lot, we meet a lot. They're all kind of strategic partners with WordPress as well, so that clearly adds more value to it. And I think the SEO community needs that more now compared to any other time, where we need to help each other. But there's another thing I've always said to lots of SEO agency owners. The bottom line, the biggest problem everyone has got, I don't have enough clients, I can't scale my agency. But the problem is their network is the same people who have the same problems. So it's like agony aunt. They're just moaning to each other. There's no solution. So what I'd recommend to them is look outside of SEO, because other sectors would give you that bandwidth. They'll give you that light at the end of the tunnel. And that one half a sentence would just might trigger something in your brain and say, you know what, oh, fuck's sake, I could implement that strategy into this process, which could either save me $5,000 or increase my revenue, increase it from $10,000 to 50,000 MRR. And, without kind of blowing my own trumpet, Vlad, you know my background, you know my trajectory. The reason I got successful was I simply took some of the strategies that made me successful in the wines and the restaurant business, tweaked them a little bit, and then married the SEO trends with the strategies I had, tested a little bit, and moved on. Like our outreach or outbound strategies, we've got 27 different mini strategies within WordPress. We even have it down to the T where how a person responds on a discovery call, which words have they used, instigates a certain response from our sales managers. We've got down so deep to it, because sales is an art, Sales is all about tapping into human emotions, because strip the SEO knowledge away, strip the millions away. End of the day, we're all human beings. We all are emotional animals. And you know it, I've said that out a million times. You got to be successful in no matter what you're doing. Like, trust, and you get the business. So they need to like you first. If they like you, they'll trust you. If they trust you, they'll give you their business. Be open about it, be natural about it. At the end, mate, if you just don't get the business, if you just get a mate for life, happy days. I mean, between you and me, Vlad, we hardly do, we've never done any financial transaction between them. You've actually sponsored one. But it's more than that. That's between me and Alex, for example. You and me are just drinking buddies. We've shared some, situations about our private lives and all of that, had fantastic conversations. I'm proud to say we'll be friends for life. Jabez, I met him in Estonia, instantly formed a connection, and yeah, that's sorry about the long-winded thing there.
Yeah, all good. And look at you, you're pretty much 5 minutes away from being listed as an Odys mentor.
Oh, is it 5 minutes now? Oh, okay.
Oh,
Right.
I don't know. I mean, you gotta ask Svetlana how much in particular.
Is she sitting next to you?
No, not today.
Right.
But yeah, you can ping her and ask her. But yeah, I'm just figuratively speaking. And so, I mean, what are you gonna mentor about as an Odys mentor?
Yeah, mate. So it's all about increasing, scaling your agency, employing certain unique strategies, whether it's lead generation funnel, your marketing funnel, your sales funnel, bit of audit of their entire business. So my mentorship would primarily be targeted for small and medium-sized agencies. To be honest, those are the ones which really struggle to get clients. A bit of training for the team as well, because sales is a personality, it's not a skill. You need to have the heart, you need to have the fire, you need to have the attitude, making sure that they're hiring the right people when they come in. Most of my sales managers, no one's from the SEO world. I go and pick out certain crazy individuals who've done stupid shit in their life. And that's what you need. You need a bit of psychotic mindset in a nicer way, when you got to be successful at sales, no matter what you're selling, mate. Because especially links and guest posts and niche edits, the amount of hatred we get is just unbelievable. So all about that, where which then it all boils down into certain measurable SOPs, KPIs, and then impactful right decisions. I think a lot of agency owners miss that. They make a lot of bad decisions, but we can't do that, unfortunately. Leaders, our biggest responsibility is to make right decisions all the time. So the ability to identify which decisions needed in which situation, and to do that very quickly, and sometimes the ability to think on your feet. And again, I'm very happy. I spent 20 plus years in the restaurant world, where anything and everything could fucking go wrong. In my 12-hour shifts as general manager, I was a doctor, nurse, a chef, a general manager, a waiter, a bartender, a fucking toilet cleaner, and to switch between all those roles constantly, you then tend to anticipate what might or might not happen. And then you get to a point where you literally know how that person might think or feel 5 minutes down the line. And if you have that magic wand ability in you, you can convince a lot of people to do a lot of shit. So that kind of knowledge share is what I'm intending to do. So I'll obviously have my couple of other sales courses I'm trying to do with Kyle Roof and also with Matt Singers as well. But mentorship is also is just about having that one-on-one conversations with them, because I think that's where the real value is. You need to be able to talk to people.
Oh, yeah. I'm looking forward to having you in the roster, in the mentor roster, finally. we're about to wrap this up, guys. Thank you for joining once again. It was a fun hour. It just flew by like that. I enjoyed every minute of it. Hope you did as well. And where can people find you online and connect with you?
Find me on LinkedIn or at flow-agency.com. Shout out. Find me there or find me on LinkedIn. There's not many. I think I'm the only Helene Jelenc in the world, so there won't be like 10 choices on LinkedIn.
All right. Jabez.
LinkedIn is an easy way to find, and you can connect on theblueprints.co or linkvalidator.io as well.
All right. Esteban.
Just your local pub down the road. You'll find me there. LinkedIn for sure. Millions of conferences around the world. LinkedIn, I'm quite active there. But obviously on whitepress.com, even my number's there. So happy to have a chat with whoever wants to talk links, content, alcohol, and how to be great in conferences on a dance floor. You've seen my dancing skills, buddy.
He is great, actually. Not joking. All right. Once again, thank you. Thanks everyone for watching and listening. And yeah, see you around, guys, and see you all right here next week, next time. All right. Cheers.
Cheers, guys.
Thanks, Vlad.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thanks
guys.
a lot. Cheers. Bye
Yeah.
bye. Bye bye.